The Supreme Court of India has stepped in sharply in the West Bengal Special Intensive Revision case, issuing a show-cause notice to the state's DGP and seeking a personal affidavit over allegations of threats and violence against officials deployed for electoral roll revision duties. Hearing the matter, the top court took note of complaints raised by the Election Commission of India, which alleged that officials involved in the SIR exercise faced intimidation, violence, and even mass burning of Form 7 objections. Despite repeated complaints to the state police, the Supreme Court has also extended the February 14th deadline by 1 week for scrutiny of documents, verification of objections, and publication of the final electoral rolls in West Bengal, citing the need for a fair and orderly process. To streamline the exercise, the court directed the West Bengal government to immediately make available Group B officers. These officers can replace micro-observers if required. However, the court made it clear that micro-observers cannot pass final orders, and the authority to decide claims and objections rests solely with the Electoral Registration Officers, or EROs. The bench further clarified that micro-observers are only meant to assist the statutory authorities, not override them. It also empowered the Election Commission to replace any officer found to be non-cooperative or derelict in duty. Taking a serious view of the law and order concerns, the court reminded the state that it had earlier directed the DGP to ensure protection of election officials. The DGP has now been asked to personally explain why FIRs were allegedly not registered despite reported violence. The Supreme Court said that these directions were aimed at addressing stakeholder concerns, ensuring transparency, and safeguarding the integrity of the electoral process in West Bengal. We have my colleague Piyush Pandey now joining us on the phone. And Piyush, this is a very strong and clear observation from the Supreme Court on the West Bengal State Police.
Yes, Krishna. Today, Supreme Court given very hard observation and given 7 directions to State and Election Commission of India. There are 3 main directions. Supreme Court directs extension of West Bengal SIR deadline. Second one is clarifies micro observers can't pass orders. And third one is that the court directed the West Bengal DGP to file affidavit responding to Election Commission of India complaints regarding threats and violence. The court directed to state to make available to the Election Commission of India Group B officers for SIR duties who can replace the micro observers deployed by Election Commission of India. The court also clarified that the final orders on claims and objections can be passed only by the Electoral Registration Officer, ERO, and the micro observers can only assist them. The court directed to Director General of Police of the state to file a personal affidavit responding to the concerns raised by Election Commission of India regarding failure to stop threats and violence against SIR officials. Bench presided by Chief Justice of India, Surya Kant, also directed that the deadline of the scrutiny of documents and objections be extended at least for a week from February 14. The scheduled date for publication of the final list. To streamline the process and with a view to address the apprehensions raised by the different stakeholders, the court issued 7 main directions. And the first one is that state government ensure that all the 8,550 Group B officers whose list was handed over today report for duty to district collectors ERO tomorrow by 5 p.m. The Election Commission of India shall have the discretion to replace the existing AEROs and utilize the services of the officers who have now been placed as their service subject and their suitability. From the list of 8,500, the ECI, after scrutinizing their biodata and work experience, may shortlist these officers equivalent to the
Okay,
extent of
fair enough.
micro observers. Yes, over to you.